Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Boom Boom Room. I'm here with you with Ted Fitzpatrick, and we are going to do Minnesota today, and it is try to throw Ted off, audience. Well, whispers of
Minnesota.
no, but yeah, this I was thinking about this Minnesota. I don't really know any folklore, which I don't go super deep. I'm learning about the folklore and stories, but nothing comes to mind. Does anything come to mind with you with Minnesota?
I mean, Minnesota, they got a lot of trees up there. They got the Twin Cities. Oh, there's this famous spooky singer, man. He was really popular. Passed away. Prince.
Yeah, he's a dang good singer. I don't own none of his music, but Purple Rain, dang,
dude, remember the 80s Batman movie with Michael Keaton?
Yeah.
He did the soundtrack to that movie.
Hey,
it was so cool.
Good. I remember going to they had a tape store called Hastings. I remember going in there and remember buying the single, because you remember back then you could buy the single cassettes, and I bought the single of Bat Dance. That was the name of it. Bat Dance. Dude, that is so corny now, but man, it was so cool back then, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. Oh, that's in high school. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that movie, man. It was awesome.
Best Batman, Michael Keaton, I think.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, but
Minnesota, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, but Minnesota, man, they got that interesting area called, some people call them the cities or the Twin Cities, but it's Minnesota and St. Paul. Because Minnesota is Minneapolis, I meant to say. Minneapolis and St. Paul. But I guess St. Paul is the actual capital, like government capital, but Minneapolis is more of the kind of like the big city type of thing,
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, man, they got the Mississippi River running through there, Lake Superior up to the northeast, and but did you know that a very famous meat snack was invented in Minnesota?
Was it Spam?
You got it. How do you know?
Well, the reason why I knew is I used to work up at North Dakota, right on the line, Grand Forks, and I'd go over there, and they would, have Spam festivals, and quick little deal. I went to this small town. I was working one day in Minnesota. I do not know what town it is, and I know I could Google it. I just thought of it. They had the longest ball of twine. And I know Weird Al Yankovic, I guess he done a music video about it or something about him. But yeah, he was in a little small town and he was in a glass case. It was huge. And yeah, but Minnesota's a cool place. It's got like a lot of little ponds and little lakes around, and
it got some big lake. I think it had some big lakes too.
Yeah, even on the back roads, remember them, and the trees. And I've told you this. I think I've told you this before. Somebody, a guy told me one time. He said, "If you break down, do not get out of your car at night." I said, "What for?" He said, "The wolves are really bad in this area." So,
really?
Yeah, she said the wolves at night. Yeah, I don't know if he just tried to scare me or what, but it does look wooded, and it was, it's pretty cool up there. But if you don't have anything to add, without further ado, Ted, you want to read your first one?
Yeah, so this first of the 4 spooky stories, folklore stories from the state of Minnesota. This one is called Fargo.
I'm about to say Fargo.
That was a movie.
Yeah, great
This one is
movie.
called The Blood-Stained Camp of Dead Man's Hill. In the late 1800s, Minnesota's vast pine forests were crawling with lumberjacks and logging camps. One of those camps near Dead Man's Hill, which is north of Duluth, became infamous for the violence and bloodshed that marked it. The story goes that a group of loggers were trapped in camp during an especially brutal winter storm. Food grew scarce, tempers flared, and fights broke out. One logger, known only as Red Jack, was said to be particularly violent. He was quick with an axe, and he was a cruel drunk. One night after a bitter argument, Red Jack turned on a fellow logger and split his skull wide open with the blade of his axe. Instead of stopping, Red Jack went into a frenzy, attacking others who tried to subdue him. By the time the chaos ended, 3 men lay dead in pools of blood on the cabin floor, their bodies hacked and mangled. The surviving loggers, horrified, bound Red Jack and left him outside in the snow to freeze to death. In the morning, his body was gone. Only blood-soaked chains and drag marks in the snow remained. From then on, loggers swore the camp was cursed. Workers claimed to hear the sound of a whetstone on steel at night, as though Red Jack were sharpening his axe in the dark. Some others said they saw a bloodied figure staggering through the snow, carrying a rusted axe and grinning through a half-frozen face of death. Even now, locals near Dead Man's Hill whisper that if whisper that if you camp there in the winter, you may hear the screams of dying men or wake to find fresh axe marks carved into the trees around your tent.
Mr. Red Jack. So
the bloodstained camp, Dead Man's Hill.
So basically, what they're saying is they were stranded because of brutal winter storm. Food was scarce. Yeah, I guess.
Stuck in the cabin.
They
got the cabin fever, man.
Yep, cabin fever. Exactly what they had, and tripped out. Man.
Yeah, but that dude. I mean, the demon drink makes some people happy, makes some people mean.
Yeah, double juice. Yeah,
he got the. Yeah, he obviously was one of the mean. I mean, well, what kind of liquor do you think they drank in the back there in the logging camps? Anyway, I mean, I guess they had.
Oh, corn liquor, probably. You know,
corn like moonshine type. Is that moonshine, right?
Probably. Yeah. You know,
mix it with a little beaver oil and pine resin.
Yeah.
You know?
Ain't no telling what was in stuff back then. I've got a deep dive on that, what they was drinking. I bet it was some stuff that would kill you these days. You know? Yeah, and but I know this in certain cultures, you know, back a long time ago, they would give wine to kids and everything because, you know, either for ailments, stomach ailments or whatever, and even if the water was bad, they know the wine was good. You know what I mean? Because
yeah, man. I mean, when I was a kid, you know, like if I got a bad cold or a bad flu, my mom would make a little bit of a she would make well, she would cut it with water, right? But she put port wine, half port wine, half water, and then she put lemon juice and honey in there.
Yep.
And
Mom doing the same thing.
That man, that really helped you sleep. Woo.
Yeah, they had to have something. You know, I don't think that liquor was probably invented just for somebody just to get slobbering drunk and pass out. You know, wine and stuff. It was, you know, for certain reasons, probably because the water, you know, would go bad or whatever. Plus, you know, for municipal purposes. But,
Yep.
But yeah, that's what happened to him. He tripped out, man, up in them harsh winters. Well, did they ever catch him?
Nah, because they decided to chain him up and leave him outside in the snow.
Oh,
because they were gonna, you know, they thought he was just gonna freeze to death. But in the morning, he was gone. So, you know,
so that was their punishment. He probably thought the wolves would kill him too. And
I mean, yeah, for sure, man. I mean, he had all that blood on him, so he must have smelled pretty good to big predator animals, you know.
Yep.
Maybe, I mean, it could have been he just got dragged away, or he dragged himself away.
Yep. Or he could have made a deal with the devil, dying.
Yeah.
To hunt and torment people, you know, for a revenge. That could be that'd be one way to look at it.
Yeah, I think that yeah, for some reason I keep on thinking about what's the name of that lumberjack from Stop Motion Rudolph?
Oh man. He's funny though. I don't know. Yukon Jack. Is that his name?
Yukon. Yeah.
I think that's his name. Yeah, that dude's a riot. Comical, man. He's after the gold all the time. He's always digging. But yeah, you got nothing else to add. I'll read my first one. And of course, I've got word here I can't pronounce, so I'll try. All right. All right. This first one is the Wendigo of the North Woods. For generations, the Ojibwe and Cree people of Minnesota have told of the Wendigo, a spirit of the deep woods that embodies hunger, greed, and the dangers of the long winter nights. The Wendigo is said to be towering, immaculate creature with glowing eyes, sharp teeth, and a heart of ice. Born with a human gave in cannibalism during a harsh famine. The Wendigo hunger is eternal. No matter how much it consumes, it is never satisfied. Early French traders and missionaries in Minnesota recorded stories of the Wendigo in the 1700s and 1800s. They described native accounts of men who, after resorting to cannibalism in desperate times, transformed into something monstrous and stalked the forest. One of the most chilling true tales come from the late 1800s in northern Minnesota. Reports spread of a man named Swift Runner, a Cree trapper who killed and ate members of his family during a brutal winter. He later confessed, claiming he had been possessed by the Wendigo. His case became infamous, reinforcing belief in the spirit's terrifying power. Even today in the deep woods near Boundary Waters and Red Lake, there are stories from hunters and campers who claim to hear strange cries at night, mournful wails that sound either human or animal. Elders still warn that the greed, isolation, and hunger can invite the Wendigo spirit, especially in the dead of winter when survival is the harshest. The Wendigo. Now, if I pronounce the name wrong, you know, it was Ojibwe, and the other one was Cree, Cree. I do apologize, but I thought it was the Ojibwe or Owe.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah, I tried, but I didn't know that that's how a Wendigo was. I thought a Wendigo was a creature. So they're saying that if they become a cannibalism and you invite the Wendigo in, you know, and it's, I guess it's a spirit. It's when you become evil, eating the human flesh, and
what we would call a demon, but back in the Native American lore, you know, it was, you know, they would just say it was a spirit of evil intent.
Yeah, probably the same thing. I mean, it's a creature, you know, and probably tomato.
Yeah, but what's interesting is that Cree, that story, that Cree trapper. Wait, did it say that he actually got like exorcised of that spirit? Did it leave him?
I didn't say. I mean, he killed 8 members of his family, and
what happened to that dude? I mean, did they?
Well, that's what I'm reading now. He later confessed, claiming he had been possessed by the Wendigo.
Yeah, so it seems like the spirit was. I mean, from that, it seems like it left him. I wonder.
It had to be because the Wendigo was supposed to be a creature. Yeah. So it must have took over him and then done what it done and left.
Yeah, I just wonder, how did the creature leave? Did that possessed man, through his willpower and did he force that creature out, or did he?
Probably not, because if he was strong enough and then right, it wouldn't have came into him anyway. So it probably left him when it was done. He done got caught. Yeah. So he used that vessel, so he was going to go on. That spirit was going to go into another one. So that's how I see it. I mean,
there weren't any other people around to eat. It was like,
probably.
All right, I'm out.
Yeah, but that's what I've heard of the Wendigo. It's got a hunger and you can never satisfy it, And now I've never heard, which I've never deep dive in it, possessing other people. I thought it was just an individual already spirit or whatever that would go around eating people. Yeah, I didn't know it could possess somebody. So from what I knew, a person would become one. Yeah, exactly.
But that's kind of like saying that if they continue on the path of their own choice, that their spirit, once it leaves their body, becomes the Wendigo, a Wendigo spirit,
Yeah.
And so okay. So some of the Cree traditions say that it can leave you if the victim themselves hasn't completely gone, given themselves over to it.
Okay.
And then
but still the damage was done. He done 8 members of 80's family, dude. I mean, he was I don't know, man. I think it kind of used him, and maybe he did fight it off, but he was already screwed.
Yeah, yeah. It's just kind of like, well, don't be partaking of the long pig, man. It's, I
Yeah.
mean, you know, but
I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't eat human flesh. I'd rather die, you know. So
and if it seems as if there's some sort of actual physical transformation when that spirit possesses somebody too, because
yeah,
it's described as like tall with sharp teeth and glowing eyes, and in that sense, it's kind of like, you know, yeah, it's a little bit like a werewolf in that sense. You know, it
yeah,
has this physical transformation.
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
woo.
I've seen like depictions of it. Some say it looks like a man with like horns and stuff, and then some say it looks kind of like a skinwalker or a rake, like pale. So I don't know. I don't really know. I just think they're kind of guessing at all of it myself. These creatures, could all be one. They could all be skinwalkers or whatever. So just don't know. But anyway, Ted, if there ain't nothing else to add, I guess we can.
Yep.
You'll read your
All
last
right.
one.
The third spooky folklore story from the state of Minnesota is titled "The Haunted Wabasha Street Caves." I think that's how you say Wabasha.
I think so.
Might be Wabasha.
Wabasha.
From the St. Paul region. Wabasha. Along the Mississippi River in St. Paul are the Wabasha Street Caves. Man-made sandstone tunnels first carved in the 1840s. These caves were used as mushroom farms, then later became a famous speakeasy during the Prohibition era in the 1920s and 30s. There were gangsters like John Dillinger and the Barker Karpus gang that were said to have visited the speakeasy. The Wabasha Caves, however, carry a darker story. According to legend, during a card game in one of the private back rooms, a heated argument broke out between gangsters. Shots were fired, and 3 men were killed instantly. Their bodies, it said, were buried in the cave walls themselves, sealed up behind bricks. Since then, visitors and staff claim to see men in 1930s suits and fedoras lingering in the corners of the caves, then vanishing into the stone. Others report hearing gunshots echoing through empty chambers, or the smell of cigar smoke when no one is around. One of the eeriest details, people say that if you stand in the card room late at night, you can sometimes hear the shuffle of playing cards, low laughter, and the sudden crack of a gunshot, replaying the moment the 3 men were murdered. Even to this day, the Wabasha Street Caves are a tourist attraction and event space, but employees still swear the mobsters never left.
Wow. So that was a cave, man-made cave. Huh. Mushroom farms.
Yeah, mushroom farms, man. I think they're probably, not the psychedelic type of mushroom. Probably shiitake and
Yeah.
What's that? I mean, there must be an official name for just like your typical white mushroom, man. The mushroom that you put on steak, you put on pizza,
Portobello.
Putting spaghetti. That's the fancy one.
Portobello.
Portobello. Yeah, it's good though. It has a good flavor, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, some people even like, I know that like some vegetarians, man, they'll take a big portobello because it's about the size of a beef patty, and they'll just eat that like in place of beef in a hamburger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love mushrooms, man. I don't buy a lot of them because if you don't eat them quick, they kind of go bad. But
Yeah.
I'm not an expert about it.
Yeah, I know, man. I let other people pick the ones that are safe because there's plenty of mushrooms that are not safe.
Yeah, exactly.
in those woods.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the gangs, so basically it was a speakeasy and violently happened.
That's some colorful history right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't get much more colorful than a freaking, speakeasy during Prohibition.
Yep.
And that's dude, that's almost that is, I mean, you think about it, dude, it's almost the year 2030, 5 more years.
Yeah.
That's almost 100 years ago.
That's crazy, man.
And then you could still get into the room where they played cards and drank illegal alcohol back in the day.
Yeah.
And so that's man, wow.
Yeah,
John
Dillinger was. That's what I was fixing to say. I know John Dillinger, but I've heard of Barker gang, but not the Carpus.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I know carp is a fish, but should have been Barker Carpfish Gang.
The Catfish Gang.
It is by the Mississippi. Yeah. It's right there.
Yep. Dude, that's man. I know I get off. I bought some salmon and some cream cheese and bagels. That's what I'm gonna snack on later. I love that. Nice. Dude, smoked salmon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, they're really good. First time I ever ate one, I was in West Texas. Town called Marfa, Texas. I've told you stories about it. I was out there and I didn't know that. Real small Archie town. I was doing some work, and they were filming No Country for Old Men and There'll Be Blood, both movies. Didn't know it, and I figured it out later. Some people told me, but what's the guy, Magnum PI? Tom Selleck, he was out there. I missed him by a little bit. I've seen his Jeep around town. Everybody was talking because he comes there and hunts. It's like the middle of nowhere, nobody's really going to bother you. Mm-hmm. And I went into this little coffee shop. This is back about 2005, it was. And I was into cappuccinos, and drinks and stuff. I didn't really have a lot of coffee. They had one coffee shop in this town, and I liked that. Somebody said, "You want some lots?" So what the heck is that? Anyway, that's when I first tried cream cheese and salmon on a bagel. And I fell in love with it. I mean, it ain't something you can eat every day. You know what I mean? But it's
It's different styles of smoked salmon too.
Yeah.
I mean, the lox is kind of soft and thin and stuff, but there's also like just plain old smoked salmon where it comes out a little more oily and almost like they're making kind of like jerky out of it, but it's not. It doesn't get all that dehydrated,
Yeah.
That's good too.
Oh yeah, salmon is really good. Super good. I just don't. I don't eat it a lot. I guess I don't really know how to fix it, But I mean, I've fixed it with rice, salmon and barbecue. I've barbecued it a lot. It's really good. Now we got from gangsters to salmon, but
we must be hungry, man.
Yeah, I always feels hungry. I ate about an hour ago. I'm not hungry. I'm just thinking of food, you know. But anyway, Ted, I guess I'll read my last story. This one is called, it's kind of short, but it is called The Legend of Gray Cloud Island. Just outside of St. Paul lies Gray Cloud Island, a small wooded area along the Mississippi River that has been surrounded by stories for centuries. The island is rich in Native American history. Burial grounds from the Dakota people still remain there, and early settlers often speak of strange happenings. The most well-known legend tells of a headless horseman said to ride the island's back roads at night. Locals claim he is the spirit of a man who was decapitated in a tragic accident while working in the area in the 1800s. His ghost reportedly rides a black horse, searching endless for his lost head. Other tales say native warriors still guard the burial mounds. The spirits appear as glowing orbs of light drifting through the trees. Visitors have reported cold spots, strange whispers, and even shadowy figures. Even shadowy figures darting through the woods. Great Cloud Island has become such a notorious spot for paranormal activity that some locals avoid it after dark altogether, believing it is to be cursed. Ghost hunters in Minnesota frequently visit because of its one of the most haunted places in the state. So it's Great Cloud Island. Never heard of that one. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of the shape of a triangle. It's yeah, I mean, I guess it's an island, and you got the Mississippi River on the west, and a different river on the south, and some little, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like a creek maybe on the other that forms the other border to it. So, but I mean, technically, yeah, it's surrounded by water, and people live there. Population 5 years ago, the population of Gray Cloud Island was 283, and
wow.
284 if you count the headless horseman. But yeah, so that's not a lot, man.
No, that's not a lot at all. It's just something to do with those native burial grounds. Why? I always think about that. Why? Is it because of, what happened to most of them? Is that the reason why it's always something supernatural going on around the the burial grounds? Would that be one reason? I mean,
for sure, cosmic justice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's I guess Gray Cloud was the name of a Native American woman who lived there back in the 1800s.
Okay.
So her name was Gray Cloud.
Gray Cloud.
She lived there. I guess she lived there her whole life. So maybe they just call it the Gray Cloud Island.
Was she a chief or anything? Or I know women can be chiefs. Now they can.
Yeah. I don't see any information about that, but in terms of her being a chief, I don't,
Yeah.
But I mean, it's certainly, it's one of those places where it's off by itself. It's an island.
Uh-huh.
You know, so it's a mysterious location, and you know that there's bound to be spooky stories that spring up around a spooky location. But yeah, man. I mean, the headless horseman. I mean, this isn't the headless horseman. This is not the OG headless horseman. This is a headless horseman.
Yeah, the OG one's from the England states or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I think New York, actually.
New York.
I'll probably get to that one.
Pretty quick.
But so yeah, man. But yeah, so I mean, if you go to Great Cloud Island, just get some of that smoked fish, man. Just watch out for that headless horseman. Don't steal the headless horseman's smoked fish.
No, don't do it. But you mentioned this, I think last episode, that most everything's in 1800s. You don't really hear of, any dang significant, in our century or whatever.
Yeah, which is cool, man. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, like, because those are the stories that get passed around by whispers. Yeah. They become famous enough, big enough stories that it takes a while. It takes a while for them to set into the popular consciousness and be worthy of being told on whispers across America.
Yeah. Like around the campfires, maybe they'll be telling tales of us around a virtual campfire in the future. You never know. But anyway, Ted, if you ain't got nothing to add, I appreciate you
man. Oh yeah, it's always good, man. I love these spooky stories.
Yeah, the only thing that got me, there wasn't no story about the demon of the spam demon. Why is it? What did they invent it there or something?
Spam. Yeah.
I thought it was in Hawaii. I thought it was in Hawaii. Don't the Hawaiians love spam?
They love it, man. In fact, they actually started making it over there, but like gourmet version of it. Yeah, it's good, dude. But here's the problem with it: it's got a lot of freaking salt. It is loaded with sodium, dude, and it just, if you got high blood pressure, man. Yeah. You could probably make. I mean, let's say you could make your, if you made your own, you could probably make it where it didn't have as much. Because sodium is a preservative, right?
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be shelf stable for a long time. But if you really like, because spam is kind of like a mix of meats, right? And compressed. It's like what the French would call a pate. So, you could make your own version of it. Just put the meat in the grinder. Mix it up.
I don't think I want to do that. That doesn't sound very appetizing. Like working in a bologna factory.
They probably have one of those old antique meat grinders hanging out where that Wendigo was possessed, man. There's probably a meat grinder out there.
Yeah, he's probably operating it, snickering, Yep. But anyway, Ted, I appreciate it, and everybody out there, appreciate you watching. Don't forget to look under your bed, your closet, and watch out for that out-of-date spam sandwiches, because it will get you, and you won't leave the toilet for 3 days. So until next time, everyone, peace out.